I'm going to build something very quick, just a heading, so we can talk about the colors. To start building, click on the plus in the middle in the empty canvas, and from the elements, you can go and select text. Now remember, at the very beginning, I told you you can do nothing on this page without a section. But watch what happens when I click on text. It's going to drop a text element. Did I prove myself wrong? No. If I open the structure panel, you will see it automatically created a section. Right. So that premise that you cannot create anything on this page without a section still holds. If you have nothing on the page and you drop an element onto the page, Breakdance is going to go ahead and create that view within a section. Change a little bit on this text. I'll go to the size. Now that is for the container typography. Font size, I'll just make it bigger. And now let's look here at the color settings over here. In the olden days, this is where we spent 90% of our time when we wanted, no, 100% of our time when we were working with color, because every time you worked with an element, you came here and you had to click on it and start working with the color manager and set up your colors from here. This is standard across every page builder there. You have this panel here where you can drag the little circle and select a color. Over here, you have a hue slider to change the hue, which is basically the color. And then here you have your opacity, also known as the transparency slider. All the way to the left, it's transparent. And then all the way to the right, it is opaque. Big words. Then we have our code, and that's the name for it. And you have different options up and down. You have hex, then you have your RGB, and then A. And what else? We have hex, RGB, and HSLA. And those are the three options you have here. If I create a color here, or not if, when I create a color here, you will see also the name of that here will update within the color picker, and it updates here on the page. As I have created the name, you will also see that next to the color swatch that appears here in the side panel, the name will also appear here. So if I had a name, I can just paste it in there. I'll go to my document and I'll grab this one, coffee bean. Now let's choose golden chestnut. And I'll copy the code, go back. And if I just paste it, I get my golden chestnut. And automatically Breakdance gives me the hash at the beginning so that we can complete that hex code. And that's how you can input any kind of value. I believe you can even type a name. Let's say red. Yes, so those CSS values for people who understand that, you can do that. If I delete it, it will give me again no color, and it defaults to the base color that is set within Breakdance. I've mentioned it a few times, the olden days. And if you have a small website or just a small little section and you have these codes ready, then go ahead, do it this way. But nowadays, I would highly discourage you from doing it this way. And the reason is that you are going to create a website, you're going to have headings, you're going to have paragraphs, you're going to have buttons all over your site. And you want to keep it consistent. Moreover, when you make changes to those colors, you want them to reflect immediately across your site. And the olden days, which I've mentioned now 4 or 5 times, those days we had to do it on a one-by-one basis. Today, we do it within global styling. And in Breakdance, that is done under global settings. I will just cancel this one over here. And typography, I'm also going to, let's delete the entire typography thing over here. And now also delete the section. I'll just delete it from here. These colors that I have in my corporate identity for my Potter, which is Lerato Ntuli, I want to bring that as global colors that I can use anywhere on my site, and I don't have to type the name every time. I can just click on a swatch and it will give that to me. To do that, go to the top with your options toolbar, select the 3 dots and select global settings, and we get a number of things that you can set up that will happen every time the way it should happen once you have set it here. But we're going to focus on colors and select colors. We're going to jump quickly away from these and go to the palette, because that is the standard. We're just making a one-page website. and a palette is good enough for us. We select on edit, and then the palette appears here. One thing in Breakdance, whenever you see this little menu or this little context box pops out, and you see those 6 little squares, it means you can move it. Very convenient when working on the page. Let's bring it here, or let's keep it there, and I'm going to add a color, and that's how we start. So the first thing we do is add a color, and the same process that we had previously before is that you click here and you bring in the name, but we can do it much more easy. We don't have to open this selector over here. I'll go over here and I'll start usually with my dark color, which in this case is called Coffee Bean. I like these names, and I will select there and call it Coffee Bean. And then just tap to the next one and paste it, and there we go. Next one is add color, and I'll go now for the Golden Chestnut. I'll copy the code. I love these names. Golden Chestnut. And tap and paste. And now I will go for, which one did I use here? The Muted Teal. Let's add Muted Teal. I just want to put them in order from darker to light. And usually I will have a pure black and pure white. In this case, my pure black is being substituted by this Coffee Bean. Next one will go, will I use the bone? I'm not so sure. No, I'm going to skip the bone. I'll go to Antique White. We can bring it in later. And I love using the names because I'm not so sure. Maybe it's totally overboard. And then Ash Brown. And if you want to know where I got the names from, not from my creative mind, I'll show you after I've completed this. Ash White, that is wrong. Ash Brown, oh, that is brown. That's actually for my text. So Ash Brown. And then I have the option here. I can drag it. Yeah. So I'll drag it up there. I like to keep those in the order. I'll also put this one there. And then one more color is going to be white. And that one, I'll type in white. And the easy one for white is just F, and then it will give me white. And now I've created this color palette. If I wanted to add gradients, we can do so here. We're not going to be working with gradients in this tutorial. I'll close it, and the palette has been created, and we have the little dot there to show us that we have created this. Now, when I go and I get a heading, I'll click, it drops it onto the page, already wraps it within a section, and I'll go to the styling, typography. I can go to color, and you will see over here, they will appear. I'll click on Golden Chestnut. As we were in a heading, let's remove this quickly and go back to the global colors on the right. We have these presets that will apply across your site and your text as well. For my brand, I'll select that, and I'm going to choose my Golden Chestnut. Now we get to our text, and that is whenever I bring in an element that is text, or you also have the rich text editor, this will be the color it will use. And I'm going to go for Ash Brown, not the darker dark, but slightly a little below that. The headings I want all the way to my Coffee Bean. And then for the links, I will go again with Golden Chestnut. And then background is for my site. And I'm just going to make sure it's on white. You see there, as I click on white, the background changed. If you don't believe me, let's take it away. You can see it's slightly off white. I want it pure white, so I select it. And now the background by default is white. The reason we do it like this, if I come into my palette now, and I go to Coffee Bean, and I decide that I want to change Coffee Bean to something shocking, I can just do it here, put it on pink. My headings, the pink updates over here, and it updates everywhere on my page where I've used the pink. Of course, I don't want to do that, so I'll close it, Control Z, Command Z to undo, and I'm back to my Coffee Bean. The proof is in the pudding. Let's bring in another element, and I'll say add, and I'll bring in text. And when I drop the text in there, you can see that that is our Ash Brown. So if I go to my colors, typography, it's not going to appear here because it's set by default to this global color that we have created here. And if we bring in a link, Let me type in link, text link. It should be our chestnut. What is it called again? Link is golden chestnut, our orange color. And that's how we set up the global colors. Again, I recommend you do this because everything we're going to do from on here, I'm not going to play around with colors that much anymore. We're going to make changes here and there to light and dark, but in most cases, my colors are set. And if I need to make any changes, I can just come and update my palette over here. If I do add a color while I'm working, I'll go to this heading. I don't want that color, so I'll go to the color settings and then I'll bring in from my powder blue from my notes. I'll copy this one and I can just paste it here and you will see it changes to what is called powder blue. And now I think, I like this. I want to use it some more. So I'll click here and then just click on the plus and I'll give it the name powder blue and select save. And it is added to my palette below here and it will appear in future. If I go over to the right where my global colors are, you will see it's also added here in the bottom. One thing I want to just say before we exit the colors and I show you how to get those names, if you want to spend time on that, is just click on save when you are done here. A few times I've made changes within the global section and then when I went to preview, it will tell me I didn't do something and when I come back, all my settings were gone. So even this, when you make changes here, you need to go ahead and save it. I want to grab a random color and show you how to get the name. So let's put it on this red here, this pink, and I'll copy that color name, the hex color. And now we go to a website called coolers.co. I love this site, color palette generator for free. They also have some premium options, which I never use. And it gives me this color theme generator. And if you want to generate, random stuff and come up with ideas, you just hit spacebar. And every time you hit spacebar, it will generate new colors. But what I want to do, I just want to grab the name of this color. For each of these colors, you will see there is a name below it. This one is dark cyan, deep teal, dusty taupe, is it taupe or taupe, almond silk, and honeydew. To paste the name of your color that we just grabbed there from Breakdance, click on change color and paste it. And at the bottom it says berry lipstick, and that's where I get the names from. I love it. Maybe if you're working with a client, you can impress them by, no, we call that berry lipstick, Mr. Johnson. Yeah. Totally not related to breakdowns, but just so that you can understand where I get the names from. And it makes it much easier for me to talk about shades of color. If I were to take this one, and I'll paste it again here, and now I drag it to the left to make a variant of it, you will see it's called Pink Mist. And we can do one more. Let's make this one a little bit darker. Over here, Dark Amaranth. Oh, I love these names. Very nicely done. That's how you can sound super smart next time you speak to your clients. And this is how we set up the global colors. I'll delete all of this. Let's go ahead and clear out the section. And I'm also going to my palette and I will delete the powder blue. Simply select delete on the right. And these are the colors that we will be working with.